Seems like this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
We're going to set.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons' leading tackler in 2018.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey. You got three. You got three. Three down. Shift. Jim.
Lady.
A give to Bell. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
You can't block me. Check 24. Check 24.
Lady. Ready. Four.
Hey, it's coming.
Lady.
Hey, let's go. It's coming.
Lady.
There we go. Watch the pass.
Watch the hey, echo.
Out.
Darnold from the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 41 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 51.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full. Hey, Alpha.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man left side, that's the tight end Herndon. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
57's Mike. Mike,
Shift.
I got one. 57's the Mike.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Back at the 47-yard line.
Done.
57's Mike. Hey, keep it up.
On play action, it's Wentz. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And 13.
Go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Situation, let's go.
On play action, Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
New York set to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense. They affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nigel Bradham brings him down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And Darnold doesn't like what he sees. He's going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, 14, he's going deep. Get him, get him.
Darnold on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go, son.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Out right here to Herndon. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
25, check 25, check 25.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He was looking for a Nunwa there.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. We're scoreless after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Wentz going to throw. This is caught by Jackson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards that time.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Mooney!
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slam.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us Offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium. Well, the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it. Hey, 51. No 80. Benefit. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. So we got man. Smooth.
Now Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jets can take the lead now with the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10.
We're going to run
At their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wentz. He's going to fire. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the... And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On first down, it's Darnold. He's got Anderson right side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And the Jets, first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Go, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Hey, kill it. Hey, Ford, kill it.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Great 57.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Yeah, I'm the loser. 57. 57's Mike. You got nothing.
Now Wentz. He's he's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Henry Anderson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
55.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them.
New York set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Lady. Hey, wahoo!
Clock 14. Clock 14.
Hey, if you kill it, motion me out. Oh, lady.
To throw is Darnold. Nunez got it, complete. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Hey, Charlie.
Target. 51 the mic, boys.
Darnold from the gun. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Know your job.
A final shot before the break. Darnold looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity, sometimes you have to put a cornerback on him because he might be the primary guy going out for a pass. It changes what they do defensively, and it's usually not good for the defense.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Jets 7-yard line.
20!
Ricky.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Touchdown, defense.
Ready?
He's crashing.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, 2.
51 to Mike, 51 to Mike.
I'm trying to collect.
Hey, Mike 51.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's got a noon one. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Orbit.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
On 2nd down, Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Waiting.
Yeah, I got you.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hit.
It's caught inside the 25. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, 4th quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, team 6.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go. 180.
All day, baby, all day.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jordan Jenkins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Wentz now to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and forever.
74.
57.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Three down.
Hey, Haywood.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Darnold. It's caught by Aguilar. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry by Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
Strong left. Strong left. Go 80. Man, 80. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
We got 4.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Darnold. Aguilar has it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
Now Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
You got motion, man. You got motion, man. 80.
On 2nd and goal. Darnold, that's complete right around the 8th. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will shave one more off this lead.
Jets 14.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. All right, D, let's try. All right, D.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike, 50. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. The safety Jamal Adams able to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
5.
Darnold now to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, echo. Ready? Hey, Alpha.
Here's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Tight right. 3 down.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
3 down.
Hey, exit.
Check. 3 down. Motion. Pop. Let's go.
Now Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down.
Smooth.
Motion.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Ready? Hey, Delta.
Throwing again is Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Go. Ready?
Hey, watch the screen.
Wentz to throw. Ertz over the middle. Well, they work this out past the 25. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. The Eagles going to take the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Back. Waiting.
Number 53. Mike 53. Coming.
On 1st down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Done. 20.
57. Here we go, dude. Here I come. Here I come.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Get ready. Get ready.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
In your face.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is, in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.